Hey, Viking fans, I am doing an apology video for Kwesi Adolfo Menza. I'll tell you why next in 3, 2, 1. Gather around, Skull brothers and sisters. This is Skull World, brought to you by Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm your host, Dave. You can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook at Skull World. Make sure you comment below. Also, subscribe and like, but make sure you comment below because every comment is an entry into my drawing. I got one coming up Wednesday. That's giving away a Dalvin Cook Funko Pop, but you're entered also to win a Kirk Cousins autographed jersey. So do that. Stop to do that now. But tell me what you think of my apology to Kwesi Adolfo Mensa. I had said that if we lose Kirk Cousins is because he lowballed him. Well, after finding out that Kirk Cousins signed with Atlanta or will sign with Atlanta for 4 years, 180 million, that's 45 a year, and a 100 million guaranteed that's into his third year. Kwesi could have lowballed him, but he wasn't going that high, and nobody's going to blame him for it. Kwesi Adolfo Mensa, I apologize. I also apologize. It looks like you're letting Danielle Hunter go, and maybe a couple other guys. So far, you've only lost Kirk Cousins. You're maybe still working on others. Some of those guys are low tier guys or coming off the injury, so it's understandable that they haven't left the coop yet. But we did bring people into the fold, and we're going to talk about it. But before we do, the statement from Kwesi Adolfo Mensa, if you haven't heard this yet, this is his comments on Kirk Cousins leaving Minnesota. After significant and positive dialogue with Kirk and his representatives, we were unable to reach an agreement on a contract that fits the short and long-term visions for both Kirk and the Minnesota Vikings. Kirk holds a special place in Vikings history, and we appreciate his leadership and contributions to the team and the Minneapolis-St. Paul community over the past 6 seasons. We wish him, his wife, and their children all the best. Our approach heading into free agency has always included layers of contingencies regarding the quarterback position. We are moving forward with plans that allows us to continue building roster that can compete for a championship. That is Kwesi Adolfo Mensa telling us about Kirk Cousins, and he has a second and third in contingencies. We'll see. If you've heard me talk before about it, I do not want a bridge quarterback that's just going to waste our time. And Nick Mullins knows the offense, and I do not want a guy coming in to compete with the rookie we're going to go get. I want him. I would rather have him with a good locker room, good QB room guy, being helped out by the guy that by a Nick Mullins, who obviously totally knows the offense. He just lacks the arm strength and decision making that Kirk has, but he throws the ball over the field. But he understands the offense. He throws with anticipation. He's a good guy in the locker room and very team friendly. So hopefully he's mentoring that new guy coming in. If we go get a stopgap QB, I'm not going to cry in my soup over it, but I will. I would have preferred the rookie going at it with Nick Mullins, especially if we're trading up to get a guy. If we trade up and we bring back a Jaden Daniels, then I want that guy on the field right away. I don't want him sitting behind Sam Darnold or whoever. Who knows? Maybe Sam Darnold will have a resurgence. He was really well thought of coming into the draft. So maybe, who knows? But I want if we go up there and get it, let's go up there and get it. Now, getting a JJ McCarthy and have him starting day one, there will be a rough patch for sure. There will be. He has the arm strength. He has great mobility. One of the better scramblers, better runners. Arm strength. I guess he had the second fastest, miles per hour on his throws. So he's got a lot of good traits. He's just 21 though. That's what's crazy about it. So we'll start talking about more into the draft. That's all I'm going to focus on from here on out, most likely. Well, and free agency, obviously. But Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah made some nice moves. So here's some. He re-signed Blake Brandel, and they re-signed David and Quisenberry. Smart move, Kwesi. These are guys are great depth for offensive line. That's the one thing I praised you about last year is we had horrible depth going into during that preseason games. You went out and got David Quisenberry, and I loved it. And you started to realize Blake Brandel could play. So those are the two guys I definitely wanted back. That gives us really good depth at the position. Unfortunately, there's not a huge drop off between the starters on these depths. I want some higher end guys. Go out and get me a guard. I don't think we're bringing back our left guard. Dalton Reisner. I think he tweeted a few days ago about how he can come get me, come after me, whatever. That means that the Vikings weren't talking to him because Kwesi stated, I will not negotiate in the press, only in private with you. And that was not private. So I assumed he wasn't being talked to by the Vikings and then moved on. And that's why he felt comfortable enough to tweet that. But of course, we lost Kirk to Atlanta, but that doesn't mean we're not going to build. We lost Christian Wiltz. We couldn't compete with that. I think he got like $27 million. There's a offensive guard that got $20 million a year. There's running backs getting $8 million. The market is flush with cash right now, and we may get some steals later on. If you didn't sign right away or you didn't agree right away, you may have lost out on some money. Jonathan Greenard, edge out of the Texans, very good signing. It doesn't look like we're bringing Daniil back. He was $19 million a year, 4 years, $76 million. I think 2 years and some change guaranteed. So that gives us flexibility. Signed linebacker Andrew Van Ginkel, 2 years, $20 million. So, and, we got some linebacker depth now. I was worried about it. We may have replaced Daniil Hunter's production with multiple dudes and linebackers. This is now a strength on our team. Signed linebacker Blake Cashman, 3 years, $25 million. Van Ginkel was out of Miami, I believe, and Cashman, I guess, also a Texan. He used to be a Jet, if I'm not mistaken. And I believe Cashman, Van Ginkel was out of Wisconsin, and Blake Cashman's a local Minnesota guy. So that's good news. Let's see if there's any other news. Here's some information. Van Ginkel, he had 6 sacks in 2023, 91.1 PFF grade total. That's awesome. 90.6 pass rush grade and an 87.3 coverage grade. That's incredible. That's incredible numbers. So what a signing. And what'd you get him for? You got him for 2 years, $20 million, $10 million a year. That kind of production and that kind of grades. Now, all these guys seem to be up and coming guys. Did flash this past year, and we're catching them while they're apparently on the rise and peaking. So that's good. None of these guys are on the downside of their career, like maybe signing a Hicks would be. That a Jordan Hicks, that might have been like, hey, we're just patching things on. So again, I apologize, Kwesi. These are future plans for us, man. These Jonathan Greenard's 26 years old. Daniil Hunter's 29. You got an overall grade 76.2 for Greenard. Daniil Hunter's 78. Pass rush 75.2 for Daniil Hunter, 79.1. Run defense 67.2. He's 26, 3 years younger. Daniil Hunter 51.7. Now I think that number's bullshit, but anyways, Greenard grading off the charts. I think he's overall a better player than Daniil Hunter. Sorry, my mistake. I said that wrong. I think Daniil Hunter is an overall better player than Greenard, but he's younger, and it took a while for Daniil to just become Daniil. So I liked it. I liked it a lot. I was pretty happy with that. And now that I saw some tape of him, long arms, long reach, great pass rush, can bull rush. He's getting his hands in there. He's stiff arming guys. This guy can play. This guy can play. He controls his blocker, peels off, makes the play. He's got a motor. He's not Danielle Hunter. There's only one Danielle Hunter, but hey, good replacement. Danielle hasn't signed anywhere yet, but because of the money we put into the defense already, I don't know. I don't think we can. And the way people are getting money is just ridiculous. Van Ginkel agreed to a 2-year deal, $20 million, including $14 million guaranteed. So it's not fully guaranteed. Let's see. So those are our guys, man. Those are our new guys. Let me repeat. We got Jonathan Greenard, Andrew Van Ginkel, Blake Cashman, all filling out our edge and linebacker positions. But geez, Kwesi, you got to go get me a defensive lineman, an interior defensive lineman. You got to go get me a left guard. And for heaven's sake, you need now more than anything to trade up and get me a quarterback and have me love him for the next 15 years. Skull Vikes. Cue the music.